everyone, my name is Matt Scorpion and welcome back to the reset of Destiny 2. Now, I will warn folks, anyone that actually plays on Stadia, anyone of course watching this, the messages keep happening, but of course because Stadia is shutting down in exactly, by next Wednesday I think it is, that any characters that are on Stadia, if cross-save is not enabled, those characters will be lost. So if you wish to continue playing Destiny 2 on a different platform when you are able, in case you cannot afford a Stadia or cannot afford to swap platforms currently, I would recommend you at least enable cross-save so that when you can get on another Xbox, PlayStation, or PC, that you are able to, keep your characters so you don't have to start all over. Because trust me, there's a lot of in this game that is starting all over is just bad. But aside from that, in the reset, of course, we are, I believe, on the second to last week of the story, because I think we only have so many for the story this time around. Yes, second to last week, so it's about to get, the drama bomb's about to happen, considering how lax last week was. But aside from that, it is currently boosted Infamy, which if that means if you wish to do anything with Gambit that requires ranks, it is currently boosted Infamy, so now is a good time to play Gambit and blast through. So Iron Banner is gone again, in case anyone doesn't know. Iron Banner is gone for the week, and it is not going to be back until, well, probably I'd say mid to late February. Considering we only have 2 weeks of Iron Banner a season now with the new model, so don't expect that back anytime soon. But aside from that, into the rest of the world. So, going into strikes. For our Nightfall this week, we do have Warden of Nothing, which is an oddly both annoying and easy one. Let's put it this way, the strike isn't complicated, but there's still a lot of things going on. So, for Master Mode, as this is, and let me reiterate, this is the last week before Grandmaster's launch, so if this is the time to grind in case you haven't been able to get up to the required light for it, which I believe is 1600 this time around, I forget exactly. But, if you wish to farm it, it is currently Malicious Birthright, at least according to Light.gg, for our drop, which means the rotation of the weapons is set, and we'll probably have at least 2 more weapon rotations all the way through until the season ends. So if there's anything that became out this season, or you're worried about leaving next season, I would recommend grinding them while you can. Now, starting off, we have Pestilence. When defeated, Scions spawn Void Grenades at feet. Air Superiority, where things that fly do increase damage. Champion foes of all 3 types, so prep accordingly. Chaff for no radar, and the usual equipment lock, match game, and mob champions. Solar and Void shields, as well as subtle foes, where certain foes are stealthy when at a distance and become visible near the Guardian. So basically just things are randomly invisible. And also acute solar burn, so the final boss as well as most of the Cabal and Vex within this strike. Well, actually now that I think of it, that's all of the enemies you face. They will be a little bit hard to kill. Now, at the same time, let's see, we already covered Gambit. Now for Crucible, we do have Rift as our rotation. Well, I believe, yeah, Rift is our rotation thing, so that is currently there for anyone considering. And as well, we will have trials back during the weekend for anyone that wishes to, grind out some trials. Now, for our rotations, now, going into King's Fall. With our King's Fall raid, we do have Devious Thievery Challenge, in case I still keep forgetting what everything is. Actually, here, let me actually learn. I can probably figure this out right here. So, let's see, for challenges, Devious Thievery. Let's see, Overzealous. Oh, so Devious Thievery, I believe, let's see, is War Priest Challenge. I think it is. If that, let's see, that would be War Priest, Golgoroth, Sisters, and Oryx. There we go. Yeah, so we have War Priest Challenge this week, which I obviously don't know how it works, but at the same time, if you need that challenge for anything, that is the thing. And we also have Intellect-focused armor for the Master Mode grinding of King's Fall. Now, in terms of rotations, because we have it 1-to-1, we are back to Last Wish and Shattered Throne for our rotation dungeons. And of course, for the Last Wish, that means all the challenge modes are active in case you wish to farm. And at the same time, it is currently infinitely farmable, so in case you wanted to just kill Riven 5 times and open 5 chests trying to get 1k, now that is around again. Now, into the seasonal stuff. So, we have, of course, Heist Battlegrounds. Legend mode is going to Europa this time, in case anyone is so curious. And we also have the usual refresh on Seraph's Shield, likely a new Revision 0 version available, new ornament for that, and everything. But into the previous seasons, we do have, for the Scions Battlegrounds Arena, we do have the European Dead Zone this time, and as well with the Catch Crash, we do have let's see, I-1, which is the heavy shank boss, in case anyone wishes to run that on harder difficulties and wants to know what they're facing. Now, going into the throne world for everything rotation in here. Now, for Vow of the Disciple for rotation is Defenses Down challenge, which is the Exhibition challenge, which is possibly the most annoying one in existence. Then, as well, we do have for the mission The Last Chance, which is the Apothecary mission where you roam in. This is the mission before you find out how Savathun got a hold of the light. So, with that is rotations there. And now, lastly, in terms of our world map rotations we have for Dares of Eternity, what is our legend modes? So, we have this week Taken, Cabal, and Zydron for our legendary Dares of Eternity runs rotation. Now, speaking of seasons, now it is starting to get to close to the end of the season. We only have 4 more weeks of challenges. Well, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So yeah, 4 more weeks. So we will continue to get upgrades for things until they run out. But aside from that, now we have More Than a Weapon 6, which is completing this week's weapon and defeating powerful Hive and fallen combatants anywhere in the system. Bonus progress for defeating them in the Heist Battlegrounds and exotic mission Seraph Shield. So, that being said, it's pretty easy to do this if you're probably just doing the story and then doing your revision 0 for the week. Then we also have Heist Battleground 6. So, in Heist Battlegrounds, essentially, open Seraph chests and defeating Death Tongues before they can start the alarm and kill your abilities. Now, there is an upgrade that's going to be, I think, available number 3. In case you didn't, it basically enhances your damage against Death Tongues, so I'd recommend picking that up before actually doing this in case you're having trouble killing Death Tongues. Then we also have Seraph Secrets, which is open hidden chest in the exotic mission Operation Seraph Shield. So there's technically 2 available per week, one findable by killing the certain drones that spawn a chest at the end of the mission, and then there's the one that's hidden behind a laser grid, which I believe refreshes weekly. So those are the 2 chests that are available. And we also have CQC loadouts, which is defeating targets with glaives, bonus progress for Guardians, and as well defeating combatants in the Heist Battlegrounds with melee final blows specifically. Then, as usual, we have Apex Armor, which is masterworking a piece of armor. Pretty self-explanatory. For Strikes, we have Absolutely Stunning, which is actually more just a general thing. Stunning champions anywhere, 50. You could farm a single overload and probably just stun the overload, and as well, and any barriers. Then we also have the Crucible Ornament, which is acquiring the Crucible Ornament for the Velis X Pulse Rifle. If you don't know how to do that, visit Shax. You will see his rewards. Basically, you have to reset it once and then almost reset it a second time. So when you're going through the reputation, you will rank up. Once you get to rank 16, you unlock Velis X for the first time. Then you finish rank 16, you reset. You go all the way through the ranks again, and then you reach the Velis X ornament that you have to reach rank 16 to acquire as well. But you do have to go through Crucible ranks once, so I'd recommend, in case you don't feel like grinding it hard, wait until Bonus Valor is around again. That should make things easier. Now, that being said, everything in the world is as it should be for Destiny, but the last thing to check is Mr. Banshee and the weapons he has. Now, starting, we have NEOD, which is a precision frame Hake SMG. Not the best, it's decent. I haven't seen anyone make some crazy builds with this. Of course, it is essentially Antiope, which was a abusive SMG in year 1. But aside from that, that's pretty much all it is. We also have Staccato 46, which is a Suro Scout Rifle, solar, can roll incandescent, so it can apply to the solar builds. Aside from that, does have some pretty solid rolls all around, pretty solid. Pulse or Scout, I would recommend. Then we have a sidearm. Moving on, but an actually decent one, the Rapid Fire sidearm, Fioritura 59. Now this came out this season, and it is actually a Void one, so it can apply to things like the Gerfalcon builds. This one can roll with Repulsor Brace, so if you wish to pair this with Gerfalcon's Void build volatile setup, this could be a substitute to Velis X in case you drastically want to use a sidearm instead of a pulse rifle. Then for our 2 heavies, Palmyra and Taipan, both of them, I will say again, both of these are craftable, and the craftable versions are much better than what is here. I would stress, only get these if you literally just need a stasis weapon or a void weapon for heavies. It's literally, I would just recommend crafting them, putting in the time every time, as opposed to just buying them from the vendor. That being said, that is everything available from the world and everything. And of course, Eververse this week is going to cover that as well as the new lore or whatever happens during the season, because that is always the juiciest bit of these new weeks. With that, my name is Matt Scorpion. I will see you in the next video.